Hi, and welcome to part 2 of my comic making process. Today I was going to do a video about the coloring process, but it turned out that there was a lot to do before I even got to that point, and that's what this video is all about. Hi, my name is Escobar. I'm a storyboard artist on the Simpsons television show. I've been working on the show for over 25 years now, and I'm here to empower you. So here's the problem. There is so much setup and flatting and doing all this stuff. It took about 6 hours before I even got to the point of coloring. So I thought that I'd just do a video of just the setup to color the comic. So what you're going to see is me basically flatting, my method of flatting. This isn't like, there's a lot of other methods of flatting, but this is my own version of it. And then once I flat everything, I light it. And then I will show you what that process is like. But that is before I even actually have any color, so I will explain it in the video. So let's get started. So this is the first panel of the comic, and this is me flatting. I usually flat with grays. I've seen a lot of people, like the professional guys, they tend to do it with a bunch of random colors. I'm beginning to understand why that is the case. I may actually start trying that next time I try to do this. But part of the process here is to start trying to create giant selections of the entire thing. The background's already colored, and it's because I actually stole the background from the previous comic. I flopped it, and then I'm reusing it. So all of this is essentially, I'm grabbing every single individual part that's going to have a different color on the character. And I'm just filling it in, creating like a selection. So if I was to turn off the line work, it would just be a shape. That way I could use the wand to just take it and grab it. The background is going to have no lines, at least not any pencil lines. It's going to just be sort of a little bit, slightly more of a traditional painting. As you could see, there was that one moment where I turned off the line work, and then you could actually see just the shapes that I'm picking here. So once I do that with, oh, and the background is you will see that later on I actually start adding a lot of shadows to try to break it up, and so that you could see what's going on. Once I finish selecting all these things, in order to color it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate these selection shapes, and then I'm going to use the transparent pixel tool button to lock those shapes and then color within those shapes and add the color that way. It really speeds up the process a lot, and as you will see in the next video. But this part of doing the coloring is extremely tedious. Really, it just takes forever. This is the part, hands down, that I dislike doing the most. Okay, so once I'm done with that process, I get into a little bit more fun. So what I do is I select the folder where I have a selection folder of all the pieces. What I do is I select the wand tool and I select the exterior, and then I invert it so that I only have the exterior, and then I fill it in with a color. In this case it's a gray, it was a green color. And then I apply a mask. Because of the selection, it takes out all the stuff outside and only leaves green on the inside. Then what I do is I take the pencil tool and I mask out the light. Now right here you can see that I'm actually adding the light. So as you can see, I use the airbrush tool to airbrush the direction of the light so that I know where to put the shadow. I put some yellow lights up on the ceiling. I put some white light coming from the right. I put another white light coming from the window behind him, so I know where the lights are coming from. From that point on, now I know I have a guide as to where the shadows are going to come from and what they're going to be, so that it makes it that much easier for me when I'm adding the light to put in the direction of the shadow. I mean, adding the direction of the light so that I could create the shadow shapes. I did that with the background, and now I'm doing it with the character, and it's just a matter of being consistent. So I'm just deleting the mask. One of the reasons I do it with a mask is because if I change my mind, I could change the color of the shadow. I chose a blue shadow because I thought that I was going to color this environment a little bit more blue, which means that the shadows usually don't have color. The only time a shadow has color is if the environment is bouncing color into the shadow. So I thought I was going to make a blue environment. Here I'm actually adding light. So I ended up doing a cheat. I ended up kind of cheating. I added some lines using light and shadow so that I could actually create the background here. And that's it. That is the whole entire process of me selecting, flatting, and adding shadow. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.